Now, a couple months ago, I kind of came across Lightroom Community, which I've seen a million times in Lightroom, but I've never really known what it was about. And then I realized that you could actually edit people's photos. I don't know why no one's talking about this as photographers, because it is such a cool way to be able to test out editing, I guess. You can remix other people's photos, which is awesome. Also, people can follow you and like your stuff, so it's kind of cool. Now, I'm assuming this is just for paid subscriptions for Lightroom, so yeah, I don't really know. I haven't really looked into it much, but it's quite interesting how you can also put your photos out there to be remixed. So people can edit them and you can see how other people edit. Now, albeit, is that the right word for this? A lot of people edit very differently, especially because there's a lot of beginners on here, and no, there's not many images that are very well edited. I will have to admit, there is a couple of nice ones. For example, I'm already looking at it. Here's one here. It's nice, that's nice, that's nice. That one's cool, pretty artistic. Some nice photos here, but sometimes people's edits or remixes are quite questionable. I think this is an amazing tool for beginners to actually use to practice their edits, practice making their own presets, finding their own style, especially for things that you can't shoot, you don't have access to, like, I don't know, maybe motorsports or something, and you live in the North Pole. There's probably not many motorsports out there, but you want to edit a Porsche 911 Turbo with decals flying down a racetrack. Like, this gives you a lot of opportunity to practice your stuff, so when you do come across it yourself and shoot it, you already have a preset or a style in mind locked and loaded to actually edit with. You can also test out different types of cameras. So everyone posts on different cameras, like even iPhone, Samsung Galaxies, all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty handy to test out what the raw files are like with some of these different cameras. If you're looking into going into the Fuji brand, Fuji line, or the Sony or something like that, it could be handy to see if your presets work or if there's enough dynamic range for you. I always found it at the start to be really hard when a pro photographer was telling you how much more dynamic range, let's say the Canon R6 is to the Canon M50, but you don't really, like, they could show you, they could demonstrate, but you don't know until you actually do it, because your shooting style is different to theirs. The situations you shoot are probably a lot different to theirs, so you probably don't know how much different it is. Like when I switched from the Canon RP to the Canon R6, I could not believe the flexibility I had with those raw files. This is a great way to test that. So if you're looking into upgrading and you're thinking, oh, I shoot a lot of this type of thing and I find it very hard to, edit. I find it very hard to do certain things to it. I wonder if my camera is the problem. Maybe you have a really low end piece of dog shit camera and you want to see what maybe an A7 IV does or something. Now, I'm not really sure how accurate or how much data these raw files do have, but it could be pretty handy. So let's do some editing, I guess. So what do you see here? We're in the remixes spot. So here's my profile, by the way, if you want to follow Ben Anderson. I have a couple of photos up here. You can remix, you can come and have a crack at some of my street shots, and like when you hover over it, and this is available on Lightroom Mobile as well. So Lightroom CC and Lightroom Mobile. I'm not sure about Lightroom Classic, so yeah, I think it's more of a CC because it's Creative Cloud community and stuff. Like you can go over and see the befores and the afters, and people remix these. So for example, let's go to this photo here. Quite a few people remixed this one. When it loads, Australian internet. Okay, we've loaded now. Still waiting. Now you see here, this is other people's edits. And you can also see the specs of the camera that was used. This could be an awesome way for beginners to learn as well. Oh, what settings did this photographer use for this specific shot? And here it is, the settings are here. Sometimes the information's not there. I've seen a couple of them where they were just like screenshots of photos, so they weren't actually the creator's photos, which is kind of annoying. A bit of, come on mate, you're ripping people off here. Here's this guy's edit. And when you hit play here too, it kind of goes through the editing process. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Oh, here we go. So yeah, it's showing me what he's done, colors and all that sort of stuff. You can see it all. We have a garbage truck. we'll just wait for that. What are you doing, cuz? Okay, it's basically gone. We're gonna keep talking. You can probably hear the squeaky brakes. But yeah, you can go through and see other people's edits, how they did it, but you can see the edits people have done. You can kind of get a gist of what they use, like masked and geometry and stuff. But you know, here's my edit. Come on, sick edit. Come on, you're doing a sick edit. Let's go back to community. Let's have a look at the remixes and let's have a bit of fun. I'm generally just trying to look for something that kind of catches my eye that I like. And then I'll try and give it an, oh, like this shot's pretty nice. This looks like a phone shot already. It's probably just the way it's edited. I'll give it a crack. But there, you can look at the info here. Look at this, told you, phone. I'm fucking good, I'm fucking good. Let's Ricka remix. What I wanna do with this is I kinda wanna crop a little bit here. I don't know, I would have composed this a little differently, I reckon. A lot of stuff happening around here, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But I can test presets out here, so which is pretty nice. Let's have a look at some, oh, that looks all right. It's probably a bit hectic on the highlights. Oh, I like this, kind of gives a vintage vibe. Kind of chilling with that, not gonna lie. Right here, I'm finding the highlights just look a bit weird, especially when I put a preset on. Elon Dusk. It's not even dusk, but it seems to work not too bad with this. So, mind you, these are not gonna be the most perfect edits ever. I'm not gonna work on this very hard. I find too that when I'm taking photos, I have a predetermined edit in mind. So it's hard to edit someone's photos that they've already taken, which I've found that's something that I found out about myself. I'm actually not vibing with contrast. These files are pretty decent, actually. I would get crazy and get rid of this. You can kind of see where the phone camera comes into play here. It's a little bit yucky. You can clone it out or something in Lightroom. I could do better than that, but there we go, that's my edit. I'm not too fond of it. As I said, I probably would have shot this a little differently. And I do want to bring the highlights down, but it doesn't seem to be enough dynamic range there for that, because I think, yeah, a lot of the highlights are blown out here on these parts where I actually want it to not be blown out. Let's send it off to old mate. Now he can see the edit and he can have an idea on how I edit. So that's his original edit, but here's my edit. Now that I look at it again, I don't really like it. But that's, but you can't actually go back and redo it, I don't think. No, you can only remix the original. Anyway, let's go to another one. And sometimes there's work on here that's so good. Oh, this is a pretty shot. Do a bit of remix on this. I've never edited photos with like ice in it. And I've always wanted to try the blue tone sort of thing, or see if my presets work with icy conditions like this. Now, I wouldn't even crop this. Old mates compose it pretty well. I'm chill with that. See, like even, so you can get, but yeah, you can go through some of my presets to see what looks good. And not all of them work. Oh, the black and white one looks pretty good. I've got a couple black and white ones here. What's dreamy film look like? Oh, that's kind of nice. Oh, also you can't see the information of the camera afterwards, so you have to like be in the thing where you can see the remixes in the original to be able to do that. You might darken this. I might make it a bit contrasty there. Pull the blacks down a bit. Let's muck around with the temperature a little. Chill with that. What can I do here? I think the highlights are a bit too bright in this area. I think a lot of this is going to be saved with the masking. Now, normally I would darken the bottom, but I kind of want to brighten it up just to see a bit more texture. I don't know what the go is here, but I think the lens isn't very sharp on the edges. But I do want to kind of pull this back a little bit in the middle. Just give it a bit of balance, something like that. Okay, it looks like shit, never mind. I've never taken photos like this before, so I can't particularly say that I know what I'm doing. It'll do. It'll get the point across. This is only a quick little editing session. Raise the shadows, crush the blacks. Kind of get a bit more texture. In hindsight, I probably would clean a couple things up, like a couple of these rocks. I don't want this video to go for 3 hours, like a real editing session. But oh, see, it's the Galaxy. So I always find that phone files are just a little bit weird to work with. They're very capable cameras, iPhones, Galaxies, all that sort of stuff. But I do find their colors are a bit weird and the dynamic range isn't as good as everyone yells out to be. This is hectic. This is what I mean by texture. Texture and clarity sliders, they bump up a lot. See, look at this texture, clarity, and saturation. If you're a beginner, please avoid these 3 sliders. At best, use as much as 10, plus 10 for any of these. It's a big thing we kind of go around. Look, he's pulling and pushing the file too much, and that's where this whole thing completely falls apart. Look how much he pushes the shadows, the whites, the blacks, like he rips the absolute shit out of this. And remember, this is a Samsung phone, so there's just not that much flexibility. Like, this is insane. Now, I'm not sure when, but this just stopped recording because my card was full. So yeah, anyway, there's this shot here of this Audi. I'm not sure what type of Audi it is. I'm not very good with Audis, but this guy obviously looks like he did a pretty nice edit, even cleaned it up with a bit of healing. And obviously, being someone that kind of likes cars, I'm definitely attracted to this. Now, what in the fuck is this edit? This is hectic. Look, there's being artistic and creative, but that's a bit mad. That's a nice edit. Rebel SL3. See, a lot of beginners on here using the older, even DSLRs, the lower range DSLRs. Still taking really nice photos. Remix time. We'll chuck it in Instagram, an Instagrammable size. Line it up like so. Pretty much everyone's done this on their edits. Oh, neat. I like that. Let's go through them all though. Also, if you're wondering, I'm using my presets. I don't sell these. Black and white's pretty nice. I don't sell these, but if you are interested in ever buying presets from me, let me know in the comments, because I'll gladly sell them, and I won't sell them for like an insane price, like 50 bucks or anything. Probably be like $5 or something. Something consumable to people so they can stuff around, especially because at my level of photography, I don't think it's worth more than $20 at least. Soft and fluffy, the OG looks nice. We'll do approaching blue hour because it looks like it's shot in blue hour. So that makes sense why I should use that preset. Let's just straighten this up a tad. You don't have to have the best gear to actually be pretty good at photography. You have to just have the skill, the nose, like compositionally, this is nice. Probably could have kicked the cup out of the way, but I don't know if this is like in a street photography session where you just shot it from across the street. But anyway, let's fuck around with oh, actually I like this. Yeah, that looks nice. Let's take the blues away a little bit. I don't mind a bit of blue. I've seen some car photographers, they hate blue. They kind of just pull it down. I like a little bit of blue there. Keeps it real, I guess. Quite happy with that. I think we'll do some masking now. Definitely lower the exposure here. Very nice. I think we might do the same up the top here. Now, I do want to get rid of this sign, however, I don't think Heal Tool in Lightroom will do a good job, so that could be a Photoshop job, but I don't have the ability to do that right now because we're just remixing. Definitely get rid of this friggin' cup. Ruin the whole shot. I do want to get rid of this piece here. Need to piss off. I might do a bit more masking. Select the car. The car. But I do want to add a little bit of texture and clarity. A little bit of that, a little bit of that. That's pretty much it. Before, after. Now, as I said, I probably would get rid of the sign or move the car or be lazy and just leave it there. But this is basically how I'd edit that. A compliment, nice photo. So I hope you enjoyed that one. This was definitely a different one from most of my videos, because normally I do street photography on this channel. But if you do like this format and you want to see a part 2 of this, or maybe make it a series, let me know, because I kind of enjoy it. I can't be out shooting all the time, so this is a good way for me to just make content and have a bit of fun while doing it and explain a few things and even critique some edits that I see, because not everyone's a pro level, not everyone's decent. If you don't go out and take shit photos, you won't get any good photos if you don't take any shit photos. That's it from me. See you in the next one.